He's got a great relationship with a bunch of our O linemen already. So he's really bringing a positive energy into the room that Ward left, and he's just building it back up. And he's just making sure that people know that we're going to win. I'm your quarterback. We're going to win. You guys were considered the #1 offensive line in the country last year, and I'm just going to help you propel that. We're going to actually do what we were supposed to do last year.
What are your initial thoughts so far on Carson Beck? And to piggyback off what you said about his leadership role, even though he's not able to throw right now with that UCL injury, as he prepares for the fall, how can he guide the offensive line? How can he guide the receivers and the tight ends right now without being able to throw?
Honestly, he is showing up in the locker room at 7 a.m. when coach makes him check in, and he's checking out at 11:30 when coach lets them go out and start about their day. He is on Green Tree. He's in the IPF, the indoor practice facility. He is always there, and he's making sure that people know that he is that quarterback next year. Of course, the quarterback room, Emery and Judd and Luke Nickel, they're all still fighting for that position, which motivates them, and that's only going to help the quarterback room post that, because obviously 1 year of eligibility. But he's showing up. He's already got a really great relationship with Pancake. He's got a great relationship with Markel Bell. He's got a great relationship with a bunch of our O linemen already. So he's really bringing a positive energy into the room that Ward left, and he's just building it back up. And he's just making sure that people know that we're going to win. I'm your quarterback. We're going to win. You guys were considered the #1 offensive line in the country last year, and I'm just going to help you propel that. We're going to actually do what we were supposed to do last year, this year. He's just always around the facility. He's really doing a good job at making sure people know. Just because he's not throwing doesn't mean he doesn't care. It just means he literally cannot throw. But he's going to throw bombs for us next year.
And I think that's a good perspective to have from your end, and you obviously have more intel than the average viewer, both on Break Huddle and just around the nation. A lot of people see Carson Beck as this guy that's making a lot of NIL money. He leaves Georgia with a bad taste in their mouth. To some people, to other people, we wish him well, and I think there's a lot of respect for what he did at UGA. I mean, he still led us to the SEC championship game, and we made the playoff. So it's a bittersweet feeling, I think, from the UGA fan perspective. It was kind of a wish you well and time to move on to Gunnar Stockton type deal. You mentioned about the offensive line and the relationship he has with them, which I've read articles, and obviously, again, better than anyone, this is probably the best, if not the second best offensive line in the country heading into the 2025 season. Mario Cristobal being the head of that. He's been an O-line guy through and through. Tell us about what we can expect from the O-line, because that's going to be big for Carson Beck, especially coming off of an injury like the UCL. I think it's going to be more mental than it is physical, getting back there and taking those first snaps.
Well, first things first, Beck and Ward have very different throwing and playing styles. Ward is notorious for extending plays far beyond the normal play, I guess you would say. And Beck likes to get the ball out of his hand. No matter what kind of throw it is, he likes to get it out of his hand, and he can do it, and he does a really good job. But I think what you can expect from this offensive line is bigger, faster, stronger. We are, however many weeks we're into spring ball, and already bigger, faster, stronger. The transfers that we got, the recruits that we got from the class of 25, all of them but one early enrolled into the University of Miami, so they could play, they could practice here, they could play here, and they could participate in the spring game, and which is very exciting. And they're all so excited to be playing under a program that is historically one of the best, and it's going to get back there. But just looking, I'm thinking back into when I was at practice just the other day, and our offensive linemen, guys that were big in the fall are even bigger now. It's kind of scary standing on the sideline, but it's really exciting because you can't expect them to get bigger than they are.
Yeah. And, I don't mean to jump ahead, but you and I both saw Notre Dame play against Penn State in the Orange Bowl. We saw how physical that up front defensive line and O-lines were for both of those teams. It's going to be a great matchup in August when we get to see Notre Dame match up against Miami, that defensive front versus Miami's offensive front, and vice versa, really. It's going to be a different type of playing style. I think people are really going to enjoy watching. Before we let you go, Ashley, tell us, first of all, thank you so much for joining today and giving us more insight in the Miami football program. But tell the viewers where they can find you on social.
Oh, yeah. I have an Instagram. It's at Ashley Freedland Media. And in the next few weeks, I will have a Twitter or an X because I need to develop that. So that'll be up soon.
Yes, absolutely. And we'll be sure to plug all of that down below, and we'll put it up on the screen for the viewers to check you out, because I think you do some amazing work. You've done some phenomenal interviews with Cam Ward and done some great work elsewhere as well. So again, we really appreciate you joining the show. If you're a Miami fan, let us know down below in the comments what you think about Carson Beck and the future of Miami football heading into the 2025 season. Be sure to like this video, subscribe down below, and turn on that bell notification so you can stay up to date when we post our latest content. We'll see you next week. It's time to break the huddle.